Hello mutants, it's finally time for us to enjoy more PvZ games made in Roblox. The first experience I found for us to experience is Plants vs Undead Tycoon. I received 30,000 free sun from Steve over here simply for entering this experience. Since this is a tycoon like all of those classic Roblox tycoons with hardcore dubstep playing in the background, I buy my first upgrade. And several more sunflowers because this game is pretty generous to beginners like me. I'm not about to pay for a platinum sunflower, unless this video earns 3 dislikes. Join the group GD Corp for 50,000 sun. Does this game really think I'll join their group just for 50,000 sun? There we go, just earned 50,000 free sun. I shall invest said sun into more upgrades. And please exit my site Steve, you look horrifying. While I wait for more sun to be generated by my sunflowers, I'll explore this map. Hello, who lives in here? I just found the invisible map border. I explore more of this map and find an oversized cup of expired milk, also known as cheese. I head back to my tycoon and see that my slave flowers had produced more sun. And finally, I discover the wave defense. Fundamentally speaking, this is 1-1 from PvZ 1, but with the addition of PvZ 3 sunflowers. We're even able to fill every tile with pea shooters. I earn plenty of sun for surviving, as well as a walnut. And hey, my unpaid flowers earn me double the amount of sun I have. I'm setting wave 2 to fast, because I could use some extra sun. We proceed to earn even more sun and a blue-colored pea shooter the experience calls Snow Pea. I immediately used some of said sun to pay for grass, because why waste energy to exit your house and touch grass if you can buy grass using the revenue you earn from your let's not get political here flowers. I'm selecting hard mode for wave 3 because my ego is starting to build up. And it was of course quite easy, as I'm clearly a skilled PvZ player. We unlock a lumpy and grumpy squash and I don't know what I was thinking when I came up with that rhyme. I should probably stop trying so hard to be funny. So from now on, I'm just doing a regular let's play. Finally finished recording, time to procrastinate. The second experience for us to experience is Garden Mayhem. I spawn in this house which seems to be the hub world. What the hell is that thing? Is that supposed to be an ice shroom? It looks more like a chewed up piece of icebreaker gum if those ice crystals were a part of the gum pieces themselves. I'm going to select this apple pulp thing which reminds me of that apple bomb plushie and actually play the game. Experience. Clearly, this experience is like the PvZ shooter games, but it uses the front yard day lawn from the tower defense games. I want to acknowledge the design of these zombies. If I made fun of the designs of the zombies from the official PvZ games by calling them drug addicts or some other variation of that, then the designs of these zombies are actual nightmare fuel. They look more like they'd belong in a generic zombie game rather than an iconic one. A special wave is incoming, and gravestones just spawned despite being the day. Unless of course we're about to get ambushed by Toon Razor zombies. I also learned that the zombies have hunchbacks. And this zombie's face looks scarier simply because he appears angry. Now I just died, but I can at least upgrade my selected character stats and risk getting myself killed again for the sake of saving one brain, assuming the homeowner lives alone. After playing this experience for a while, we can finally lose and move on to the third experience. Not that I have anything against this experience, except for one obvious thing. Our third experience, which is hopefully the charm, is budget PvZ. I like how the main menu takes place in some guy's house. This button right here allows me to select my towers. The only towers I can select include Noob and Sniper. Unfinished, do not click. Why not? Would clicking this cause an explosion? That was supposed to be the punchline, in case you were wondering. Since this game is probably like PvZ, I must use my money to afford towers that will defend me from incoming enemies. The experience is already spamming enemies, but they're at least weak. I think my setup is okay so far, considering I'm already on wave 5. We encounter the geode enemy, which apparently comes in 4 different flavors. Which apparently sounds like a joke that I made before, including the cone and bucket flavors. I also discovered that you're able to upgrade towers simply by clicking on them. With this newfound discovery of my mutated brain, I proceed to pay for more upgrades. I eventually reach the boss, then I get wrecked after 13 minutes and exactly 2 seconds. But I do use the cash I earned to hire a sword fighter. The sword fighters are quite handy for the early game. And that still doesn't prevent me from getting wrecked by the final boss. The fourth experience showcased in my video will be PvZ Obby with emojis. Alright, so this is obviously the day lawn, and we even have a manual sprint button. Stupid Steve apparently speaks Spanish. And despite being a Spanish person IRL, I had to translate this to understand what this sign says. These undersized lawnmowers are probably designed specifically to counter imps and ignore every other zombie. The backyard pool is filled with blue plastic. Not trying to get political here, but that may have been caused by a bunch of Homo sapiens. Someone may have attempted to rob imbecile Steve, but failed, which makes them an even bigger imbecile than Steve himself. Enough filler, let's play the obby itself. But the experience play only gets more boring from here on out, as this segment revolves around super generic obstacles. And I ran into this segment that isn't even related to PvZ. But we immediately get back on topic, because these obstacles at least try to relate to PvZ. Even though it looks more like the pea shooters and zombies are playing tug of war. And I somehow fail this basic sphere jump. After more generic obstacles, I run into a practically impossible segment. Because I keep dying even though I am visibly landing on top of the platform. Hi mutants, this is Early Creeper looking back at the footage. I realized that the blue plastic blocks are supposed to kill you, but the red isn't, and I somehow didn't realize that at first. But to be fair, could you blame me for thinking that the red would kill me? There were red kill bricks earlier in the obby, so I assumed they would have been more consistent about what could and couldn't kill you. But anyways, time for the next experience. The final experience is another PvZ roleplay, with a pun in the title. Here we have the sunflower, and the amount of damage she deals can be easily described by. I select pea shooter, who even has animations. I go over to this room with miscellaneous characters and manage to equip 2 morphs at once. I test that on other morphs and walnut instead makes me do a barrel roll. What the hell have I become? Using a zombie morph makes me as slow as trash can zombie. You better not comment what this looks like. I am traveling to modern day. Help me please, am I really plant or zombie? Only one solution. I'll just focus on being a zombie, then equip walnut. Looks like I become transgender again. I'll proceed to travel to Egypt and perform a bunch of unnecessary parkour. This time, I'll focus on being a plant and become a pothead.
While I'm a pothead, I'll mutate into even more morphs and time travel to the Renaissance so that I can give this conjoined statue one giant flaming testicle. Mutants, I think we're done with playing PvZ games made in Roblox for now. Unless you want me to make a part 3 to this series. And if that's the case, and even want me to continue the first experience in this video so that I can buy a platinum sunflower, then give this video 3 dislikes. Or just dislike this video if you want to. And I should probably get going now, so goodbye. Why am I still making weed jokes? It's been a year since I began uploading, and I should probably stop because it's getting pretty unfunny now.